England's captain Rob Shaw led the charge there. Conor Murray. Back to Zebo from Murray.
Well, that's why Simon Zebo won the battle to get one of those places in a competitive area in Ireland, the back three, wing or full back. He's a talented footballer. First, he takes a decent kick-off from Ford. Then you see that left foot. He's got a really good foot. Options today for Ireland. Sexton off the right foot, Zebo off the left, really useful. Now, looking at the set piece so far, Ireland have gone very well. England today have to sort it out.
There's no option there. Wasn't the cleanest take, but it is still England ball. That's why Jack Parling has been brought in. He will be the core of the lineouts. Former Leicester man, of course, worked many times with Tom Youngs. Here's Matt Brown, takes on Tommy Bowe. Johnny May's there as well, Jonathan Joseph. George Ford finds Parling now in the loose. Ben Youngs. Joseph again, floats that out wide to Johnny May. Crunch comes the tackle from Zebo. Courtney Lawes rolled it out the tackle well there. Then Rob Shaw is caught by Rory Best. Ben Youngs again finds George Ford. Just pulls it back a little bit. Jonathan Joseph. Plenty of tempo about this start from England. It was a good kick-off and chase. And they'll want to lead with something now. Having made an early mark here. Tom Youngs for his brother Ben. Anthony Watson stepping. Caught France out down in that corner 3 weeks ago. Tom Youngs once more. Burrows almost below the tacklers. There's Ford and Barrett. Back in England colours for the first time since the autumn of last year. Carry from Laws. Ireland having to work really hard in defence here. Tom Ward has a go.
Release. A lot more direct carrying today, Miles, than in Paris.
Ben Youngs wide again. Johnny May there again. Oh! Coming through the tackles, Johnny May! We talk about his pace, but there we saw his power.
It was a fantastic start from England. They played some wonderful rugby there. The forwards committing men. Decoys all over the place. Joseph put in May into space once. He looked dangerous. He was stopped by Zebo the first time, but the second time he is not. Go all the way back to Parling just about winning the line out. Then it gets serious. Forwards carrying straight. Decoys, not for the first time. A missed pass to May. May couldn't bust through Zebo a minute or two ago. He can this time. The delay on the pass of Ben Youngs is superb. Right hand, very strong there. Zebo will be disappointed with the tackle. May is delirious with that finish there. Absolutely superb.
It was Tommy Bowe who was flattened. Then Zebo came in and could do nothing about it.
Well, we've seen the pace of Johnny May making and scoring tries. There we saw the power.
And George Ford keeps his head down, and when he looks, if he bothers to, the flags will be up.
Well, for all Ford's travails in Paris, his goal kicking was superb, and he's played a fine role in the start for England here. May and Watson have had their hands on the ball. They've been given space, they've taken it. Now, Tommy Bowe is a very strong defender, and he'll be disappointed, but that is fantastic start for England. Johnny May, the entire 31.
Sexton hardly touched it. It was Zebo who cleared to touch. And England proving the importance of that set-piece possession that Parling just about got his hands on. That's another good kick.
Think back to the first 5 or 6 minutes against France. Ford put a second kick out on the full. He missed a touch. He was nervous with his passing. England Not rushing at 100 miles an hour, but they're still playing with pace and intensity. There's far more control in their game, and certainly there's far more focus in their thinking.
Rory Best to throw. Ireland's most cap hooker. And now it's Ireland to show their ways with Robbie Henshaw driving it up. Best involved again, Murray. Jamie Heaslip. Conor Murray. Who started the quarter-final in New Zealand 4 years ago. And he's blossomed into a top international player. And Johnny May is blossoming now in all aspects of his game. Take on the high ball. Excellent there.
Afterwards.
Gives England a good opportunity just to clear the lines now. Ben Young static. Does he go right foot box? Yep.
For May to chase. Must let the man drop. Not sure he entirely did there. An advantage being played here as Sexton came to ground. Referee is going to give a penalty should Ireland want it. Indeed need it, and they do.
Just a question of timing. A very good kick from Ben Youngs. Johnny May, who's finished brilliantly.
You realise what you're doing, and then you left him be, and it's just a penalty. Be very careful, let him land, please.
Finished brilliantly. Took a high ball very well, but with that pace of his, he just got there a fraction too early. Pulled himself out of it. No danger of a yellow card, but he has handed Johnny Sexton a chance for Ireland to open their account.
So we go to the gain line as Johnny Sexton prepares to kick, and Pat Sons.
Well, 2 weeks ago in France, we saw just what a poor job England did at breakdown. Lancaster talked about intensity. Look at the ruck time here, straight from the kickoff. Huge pressure on the ball. 7, 8, 9, 10 seconds for the defence to get on the front foot. We see it again, a great offensive tackle, more pressure on the ball. Another big ruck, 7, 8, 9 seconds. And then look at the kick chase from England, zoning in on the kicker. That leads to a poor exit play from Ireland. England get possession 20 metres out, and it leads to a try. Fantastic start from England.
Remember to keep an eye off the ball and after the ball for me, okay? I'll be following the ball all the time.
Sexton closing in, as you can see, on 500 international points. Got David Humphries in his sights. Ronan O'Gara still way on the horizon. 5 from 6 in the Dublin meeting earlier in the year. Not at his best against Wales, but he was not alone in that. And that is not a bad start. He'll take that. Just enough.
I guess you call that perfectly weighted. A smile there from Joe Smith, and a good reason. 3 points for Ireland, but it's been all England in the first 8 minutes. Sexton, he tormented England in Dublin, and that little bounce tortured them quite insane way. That's a very good kick from Ford.
Game down the middle. And Rob Shaw trying to get there, and the referee calls that one a fair contest. Unlike May's indiscretion, which led to the 3 points to put Ireland on the board. Sean O'Brien. Murray didn't quite get the distance on that, but it was a toughie for Mike Brown, who's normally so good underneath the high ball. It has too many questions on that occasion. Ben Youngs throws the dummy after good work from Tom Youngs to retrieve it for England. There's another Ben Morgan, 41 minutes against France in his first game back. Tom Wood finds Jonathan Joseph. That sidestep has served England so well in 2015. Johnny May goes chasing once more. Back goes Tommy Bowe, bruised mentally more than anything after that missed tackle which led to the try. And then the hurried kick away by Zivo again.
I'll tell you who's playing really well for England in the first 10 minutes of this game. Ben Youngs, a lovely floating pass for the try. His box kicking's good. He's threatening with his little dummy. And that's a super little dribbler there from Ben Youngs, just giving England territory. He and Ford at their best take them to a new place as a half-back partnership. They were brilliant against France in the Six Nations. They were very poor last week. England look a different team when Youngs is fizzing and when Ford is just putting England in the places they need to be. It's a good start from England's half-backs.
There's the England management team.
told their nine the same thing. On the box kick from the base of the ruck, yeah, make sure your chasers are behind when the kick to get it very close.
Roman Platt needs a little bit of treatment here.
Well, we've been worried about players going down on the verge of the World Cup. We don't want referees going down. Roman Platt, is he down to do England versus Australia? I think he is, isn't he? Here's the try. Lovely little decoy from Mike Brown. No decoy with the power of the right forearm there of Johnny May.
Rory Maybank is on standby if required. I think Roman Platt's going to be okay. Johnny May was certainly okay. A little bit reminiscent of the celebration of Jason Robinson in that World Cup final and that score all those years ago. Well, Roman Platt is still down, so we'll go to Pat again.
Yeah, you would have to say Alan slightly lucky not to give a penalty away here. As you can see, great kick, lovely chase, and it was Conor Murray there, just leaning his shoulder there, stopping May from putting more pressure on the ball. So slightly lucky there, you'd have to say not to give a penalty away.
England cut the line out. Youngs to his brother.
Away!
Here's Dan Cole, like Mike Ross, the other tight head on the field today with 51 caps to his name going into this match. Plenty of experience there. George Ford needed help, and Tom Youngs was that man again to help out, and he's done that very well indeed. Jamie Heaslip, a tough man to try and shake off. Brad Barrett to Jonathan Joseph. Back goes Zebo. Now where's this one going to bounce? It's sitting up actually in the end for Zebo.
Stay green. Stay green.
Plenty of time to look for big distance, which he gets. Now George Ford will not get the chance to take the quick one because Zebo followed up with that winger's speed of his.
There's tremendous play here. Tom Youngs, first of all, helping out George Ford, but then keep an eye out for Ben Morgan. It's not flash at the moment. What he's doing is what England didn't do in Paris. They're winning the gain line. It doesn't have to be 5 metres. If it's 2 metres, it puts Ben Youngs on the front foot.
England get it again just. Here's Joseph. The stats will say they're winning the line-outs. They are a little bit wobbly.
Stay.
There's Dave Carney, younger brother of Rob, who's not been selected, rested for this one.
Lost.
Sexton going round, but Bow into contact, into Marler. Peter Amani. The 5 captains of the Irish side in this team. Country not short of leaders there. Mike Brown talked about his catching. There it is again. Rob Shaw talking this week, the England captain, of the confidence that will come from winning this match and how important the result is to his side. And they've got a good start. Tommy Bowes, Gary Owen. Bit messy, Morgan sorts it out, Brown has it, and May's off again. Takes on Jared Payne. Across comes Zebo, he's going nowhere but the touchline. And Johnny May once more posing that threat, that cutting edge out wide.
Well, we were talking to Joe Smith yesterday, weren't we, when Ireland were training here, and Joe Smith was saying England are bound to want to get balls to their wings, and sometimes people in England are very quick to knock Johnny May, but Johnny May's sheer pace and the added power now makes him so dangerous. That's really good skill there. He and Watson are looking threatening. England are getting ball out to them, and they are looking dangerous.
Well, let's get the early thoughts of Will Greenwood. Will?
Just picking up on what Stuart's talking about, Ben Youngs and George Ford looking a little bit more composed. And as backs, we like to take some of the credit, but in reality it comes back to the forwards again. Just in Paris we lost those physical contacts when those big carries came on. The French rocked us, which meant Youngs and Ford were at best flat, but more often than not on the back foot. Today they're winning the contacts when they're carrying, which means we're getting around the corner better. The ball's a bit